All right, time for some chess. It's day 4 of the journey to get to 2000 rating, rapid. We are currently at 1150. We played 11 games. We won all of them. Let's go play another one. So again, I'm looking to try to do e4, like the King's Gambit, as much as possible, and then the King's Indian as well. That way, I'm only limiting myself to kind of 2 openings. And look at this. This is interesting. So whenever the opponent kind of wastes a move over here, this is giving me a huge advantage. Do I need to play King's? I'm just gonna do it anyway. It's probably not great. Well, I guess I should just, you know what? In this case, I'm not going to. I'm gonna just do something like, okay. If I do Italian opening, I'm gonna just, You know what? I'm still gonna do this. Okay. So then I go here. I'm gonna go. Ah, interesting. And then if I go here, he's gonna put the pawn. So he wants to get that pawn over here. I'm gonna just push this pawn over here. Okay, so theoretically, they should be a move behind at least, right? And they're already black, so I should have like 2 moves ahead, and that means I should find a way to win this, with even if he sees everything I'm doing, right? Because he's positionally behind. At least that's my understanding. I'm probably missing some things, but I think if I do this pawn move over here, you know what? Ah, shit. If I do this, I shouldn't swear. Sorry about that. If I come over here, then I'm blocking the bishop from coming there. Also blocking the pawn. I think I have to do it in this case to make my position a little bit safer. So I'm doing it. I guess I lose a move in that case as well. And now I'll come here. I'm going to castle, begin fighting for the center. His bishop is going to go there or there. I can do this too. Do I want to? Probably not. Oh, I can do this though. That's actually what I want. Yes. I'll do that. If they take my knight, I still defend with my queen. Good. I like this actually. So I gain my move back basically. Yes. This is actually really good. Now I'm going to castle. All right, so let's think about this. If I push the pawn over here and kick the knight, can they do anything? No, I don't see anything at least. If they come over here, I take the bishop takes. If they come over there, I mean, obviously no problem. If the queen tries to come over there, I just take the bishop. Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and do this. Kick the knight out. They can castle right away. I mean, after this move. Oh, why would they do this? This is just losing a knight. And helps me develop as well. Like, that's really bad. They must have not seen it. Okay, what can I do to kind of take advantage of my position right here? I have all my pieces developed. I mean, my queen can move up somewhere, but not sure where to put it yet. I want to kind of like force the queen to do something, but I really don't have any good attacking moves. If I go ahead and push this pawn up, then they're going to probably take it, and then my bishop comes over there. And where's the queen going to go? It has to go back to the square, right? Like it cannot go anywhere not diagonal. The bishop will be there. It cannot go anywhere here. It's all blocked by pawns, and it's forced to go back over there. And then I also open up the file for my rook. I think that's the move for me. So now I come here. Oh, I missed it. This move also opens up. In that case, I could technically, but then I get the check. Not as good as I thought. Never mind. I still do it though. And if they take my defender, I just take the queen. That's fine. There's no check here. That's also a free. So I think they're thinking I'll take with the knight. But no, I'll just take with the queen. And now I'm up 2 pieces for 2 pawns. Okay. I'm going to bring my rook over. I'm thinking about this. Bring my rook over here. My A rook. And then, I guess, put pressure on this pawn. The knight is defending it, but if it moves, I just take it for free. And then I have some, you know, potential attacks with the bishop over here on the rook. What else can I do? I mean, I could technically move this pawn another way. I mean, that will invite them to, you know, defend it better with this, but then it blocks their knight from coming out in all squares. That's actually good to me too. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Oh, that was a good move actually. I forgot that I can just attack right away. And now they're attacking this as well, which means I kind of have to defend it. I can defend it either here, which I don't want to be on a file like that, or there. There's no bishop and there's no knight. The knight cannot attack that immediately. We go this way. That invites the pawn move. And after I go back, another pawn, maybe. And I can escape, no problem. Well, I would just sacrifice at that point. Let's go here. Okay, let's go back. If they come here, I'm sacrificing my bishop probably. Interesting. Where do I want this knight to go? I mean, I could put it here. When I move my rook, it's going to be undefended. But is there any other place? Dead, dead, dead. Cannot go there. I can go here. That's actually not a bad square because I can go then over here. Yeah, it's probably not the best move, but not the worst. But I totally missed that this knight was not going to be blocked by this move, so this was a wasted move. Interesting. Well, I'm going to come over here. If they take my knight with the bishop, then I'm going to take, and then my attack is on the rook. So let's do that. I mean, I'm up 2 pieces right now, so even if I make a terrible mistake, it doesn't really matter. Probably, unless it's checkmate, of course. And now I like that when this knight is here, I can, I guess, well, I can attack. I can put my knight over there, attack this knight, or put the bishop over there, and then that will get captured, and I'll take with the knight. But that doesn't do much. I'm gonna take this pawn first. Never mind. Because if I take this pawn first, then when I move this, then this is a weak, a weak thing. Oh, look at my time. My time is really bad here. I need to do something real quick. Let me just start doing some stuff, explaining after. So I don't want to leave this bishop like so weak. That thing is undefended. I should have. I guess I can still take. I can check over here. Oh, look at that. I mean, that's actually fine. I would take with this, and then after they take, I just take with the queen, and I have an attack. I mean, isn't that checkmate? I guess the queen can defend over there. But if the queen defends over there, this knight can go there. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna come here. Discovered attack. Doesn't do much. Well, I could check right now. And if they take it, I take the pawn. But then they take this bishop. So I'm going to come over here. Yeah. So if they take this pawn, if they take this knight with the pawn, then I'm going to take with the queen. And they're going to be checkmated unless their queen goes here, which my knight will then fork. That's fine with me. I'm going to protect my... I'm going to attack. This is even worse. Like, now... Okay, so perfect. Now I'm just going to fork the queen. Queen is going to be taken. And I get to fork the rook as well. I'm attacking this pawn over here. And if they defend it, either, okay, like that, well, I'll just take it, that's fine. Pre-move that. And then I can attack over here. So if I attack over here, I fork the rook and the king. The king has to go there to protect it. I get this pawn, I attack the knight. I'll find a check over here eventually. Okay, so they go right here right away. So I'll go here right away. I can now do this move over here where I fork the knight and the king. And is there a better move? Can I do a checkmate right away, or is there? I could do this, right? Yeah, I think this is checkmate. And then after they move there, it's checkmate there. Okay. I think I'm not going to review this game because I think it was like too many throws in the beginning. So let's save a review for another game. Okay. I do this opening all the time. So let's see what it's called. It's called Sicilian Defense, Hyper Accelerated Dragon, Fianchetto Pterodactyl Defense. Funny names, but this is what I do. Like if they take this pawn, I can just check the king and get it back. And there's a bunch of variations over here. I can, for example, take the knight with my bishop over here, and if they don't protect it, then I can get the other pawn, but they do protect it. It's fine. That's what normally they play. I'm going to come over here. Yeah, that's what I usually do. Wait, is that a free bishop? Yes. Right, I'm not missing anything. I mean, I've seen this opening a million times. That's the benefit of playing the opening so many times, the same one. It's like I kind of get a feel for what's unusual, and you see this move kind of, this doesn't happen very much. So my instinct is just to take it. Let's see if there's any checks on my kings. There's no checks. There's no weak pieces really, except this one over here, but I don't see any dangers there. I'm taking it. Okay. So I know that this piece is now weakened because this pawn was moved, and I already have one attacker here. I have two attackers here. I don't really want to take with my bishop because then my queen will be, lost. Now the question is, where does this piece go so that it's kind of safe? And if I do this, there's a discovered attack on the queen, so I don't want to do that one. Where's the other attack spots? Well, I can go there, but that's going to be lost from this. I can go there, right? And it's my only last option, and this looks like it's pretty safe. So I'm going to go here. Yeah, if they bring the bishop over, then I can just take the knight with check, And then I'll take the rook as well with the queen. And then if they take my queen, I'll just kill their queen with the bishop. So we're up a piece over here. We have equal number of pawns. My position is still a little bit behind. So I think positionally, I don't have the best situation. That was a good move. So they're attacking the knight. I mean, they're attacking my queen with the knight, forcing me to deal with that. I have to find a square. I can go like, so what I'm trying to do is restrict the king from castling. If I go there though, they're just gonna put this pawn and kind of like force me to move anyway. So let's just figure out like where we want this queen to be. I kind of want to start attacking on this side, the king side. I feel like they're gonna castle king side anyway. They've already weakened this area, and there's a bishop over here. So I don't think they would go there. If they do, I mean, I already kind of have the attack started, and the queen can move. Let's go there. And what can they do, really, to kick me? I mean, they can bring a pawn up, but I'm going to just take it. So they could weaken their kingside pawns if they want to kick me, but right now there's not much they can do. I mean, I guess they can move their knight, and I'll just trade the queen because I'm already up a piece. So that's a pretty good spot, I think. Okay. I guess if they had moved the knight, I would first take the rook with the bishop, because there's no point. If I take the queen, then they'll take it with the rook, and the rook is safe, and that was already under attack. So now this pawn is, oh, I could one day move this pawn up and try to attack the knight, force it to move, which will weaken the defense on this pawn, which already has one attack, one defender. But later on, it might be something that comes in handy. I'm going to continue now, developing. And if they move their pawn, I'm taking it because it's defended with this queen. So they really can't move this pawn. And it's also undefended right now. So if I can just take it as well. Okay, I'm going to just take it. And now I'm going to take the bishop. They have an attack on my king already, but I'm going to castle, and this pawn is defended already by this knight. And here, they take with the knight. Well, they're not going to do that, but the queen will eventually move. This can be kicked, and I'll get a bishop attacking this thing over there. So I'm going to just castle now, and let's see what they do with the queen. They might move it. If they move it, we'll just do that. Okay, they haven't moved the queen yet. Let's go open up the bishop. I can put the bishop over here, and that will pin the knight on the rook. I'll probably just take if they don't do anything to defend this, because then I can get the pawn as well. Okay. I still have my eye on this thing over here. I got to keep in mind that if I do that now, because I move this pawn over here, this knight is kind of, will be undefended after moving the b pawn. Okay, so they're doing this. What kinds of moves do I have here? Well, I could do... Okay, so I'm thinking about moving here and hoping that he wouldn't take my knight with his knight. And if so, it's fine. I mean, I'll just come over here, and then I'm attacking potential skewer on these lines with my bishop, because the bishop will come here and then maybe here. But if they don't take with the knight, then I will just fork the king and rook. So I'm going to come here. I think that's pretty good. I'll pre-move this. Actually, wait. I can just kill the rook. So I don't think this can take right now. If it does take, then I'm going to just, for free, get the rook. I guess will be one like a rook for a knight, which is fine for me. Okay, so I'm going to do that. They might want to move to attack my rook, but I think I'm okay with that because I'm going to just come over here and get their rook. So they'll, because if they move their rook, okay, so here's the situation. This pawn is very weak right now, right? So if I go ahead and move this rook and attack this knight, then they could just come over here and take the pawn and defend the knight, which is terrible. But if I go ahead and attack instead of defend, now I'm actually dealing with the situation, because if they go ahead and take my rook, I'll take their rook. And then they have to take, because I'm attacking the queen, and then I'll take the knight. And they can't take the bishop because it's defended as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to do that. And then I think I'm going to take with the queen. Oh, sorry, the king, because now the queen cannot, the king will defend that square. Of course, if the queen somehow found its way there, that'd be checkmate, so I got to protect that. If they do this, for example, I'm going to like find a way to block that. Or maybe with the queen, because then I can threaten checkmate too. Alrighty. I don't like the bishop there. Is there something I can do? Well, I guess, what if I do this? If I do this, then they take my queen, and I take back with pawn, and then they take that. I lose this bishop. If I come over here, can they kind of like attack the bishop? It's defended. It's fine. But then it will be like the queen might be like pinned in some cases. It will not be able to move in some cases. And then they could probably go here somehow and then threaten this, and I would still lose it. So I'm going to try to do this and see what happens. If the knight moves and doesn't guard this square, then they move this move, so that means that I can no longer go here with a checkmate threat. It's defended. Let's bring, I don't want to do that actually right now, because there is a threat. Oh, if I come here, then they fork me with the, so if I come with my bishop over here, they fork with the pawn, and they get both of my pieces. I mean, one of them at least. So I can't do that. If I move my rook, they get this pawn. So I'm going to develop this pawn over here. It's opening that square, but I'm okay with it because my bishop is a light square bishop. And if they do something to threaten that side, well, what could they do? They can come here and they can come there. That's the only options, right? And this is defended, and that is also, with an eye on the queen. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So now I can attack this knight. Where do they want to go? What's their plan? What's their idea? I guess I don't have that much time right now. I should probably make a move and try to think a little bit about it. I don't see any immediate threats. So what do they want to do? They want to move this knight. I mean, there's not really a good square. They could probably come here somehow and then attack my queen. But I'm going to do this, where I attack the queen and the pawn. I'll come up with my rook if they don't take my queen. If they take my queen, it's great because I'm already up material. So trading, when you're up material and you're trading, that's actually great. So the same situation, I'm just blocking and protecting my queen a little bit. Protecting my king a little bit, I meant. Okay, I'm going to do this now, where I go attack the queen with my rook. There's no attack on my king right now. I'm defending this bishop in case there's some way to attack it, which I don't see it. Defending the rook with my queen. Took the pawn. And now I get my rook into the game. So this is the first time that rook has seen some action. Oh my goodness. Ah, unfortunate. Maybe he like thought I was having my queen there. Maybe in his head he figured out like, oh, my queen will come over here. But no, it was my king. It was my rook. Check. I'm going to get this pawn. I'm going to play a little bit fast because we got less than 2 minutes. I think I'm going to just try to advance the pawn on the A file after cleaning up the B pawn as well. They're taking a long time to think, which makes me think they're either going to just let this game time out or they're going to they're thinking for, at the wrong time. I mean, there's literally only one move here, right? Like, the queen is attacking the king. There's only two options. One is move the king here, and two is move the knight here. If the knight moves there, I just take it. That's not a great option. So there's really only one option. Spending this much time thinking about that one option doesn't make sense. Once my rating gets up to, I think, like 1700 levels, the games might be a little bit better. I was thinking it'd be interesting to kind of like start from a new account and play all the games up to, up to 2000. Just to kind of like see how different players play. But maybe it wasn't the right choice. I'll bring my king over here because I want to protect that h-pawn. And just to be clear, like, I have lost tons of games from, perfect positions for no reason besides I just blunder. So I'm always trying to be very careful about situations like this. Like, what if I just lose my queen to a fork between the knight, and all of a sudden it's equal kind of position, minus the pawns. But I'm trying to be very, very safe here. So this is nice because I'm attacking the pawn over here, and I'm also going to attack the knight. And so they got to do something. Of course, they're defending the pawn now, but when you're attacking from like this diagonal, like, it's two squares in a diagonal away, the knight can't really counterattack it. So it's got to do something like this. And now I'm guarding all these squares where the knight can go besides this one, which is fine. So now I have pretty safe area to just advance the pawn. In fact, I'm going to just figure out, like, if they come here, then they can come, let's say, there, and they can come there. So that's 3 moves. I'm going to just do 2 moves as a pre-move. Boom, boom. You know what? This move already won already, so then I should do 1 move pre-move for now. Let's just think about that. I think it's 2 moves, but just to be super safe. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. I can do one more pre-move, yeah. I wonder why they're spending so much time here now. Another thing that was like a realization to me, I played a lot of bullet games. I played a lot of blitz games. And rapid, I have not played that many rapid games. And I was always playing, rapid and bullet games with the idea that I'm going to run out of time. And the most important thing to do is make a move fast, even if it's not great, because most of the time, even if I have worse position, I still can win on time, right? That was like a majority of my time playing chess for years and years. never really thinking about what the best move was. So that's what I'm trying to do this series, where I'm really trying to focus on better moves and better positional play. Um, but but I found out that for so many times I would have plenty of time on my clock left, especially at higher level games, and be in a terrible position, right? And so like, oh, I really can't just waste moves for the sake of time, because most of the games will be lost well before even considering the threat of time. Um, so anyway, let's not review this either. I don't think it was a great game. Let's keep going a little bit higher. We're at 1200 now. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Oh fuck! I'm checkmated. Oh my god. Well, that's my lesson. I never really realized that I could never like I never thought that like these pre-moves would lead to this situation. So I I learned my lesson. That's absolutely the the wrong thing to do. So let's go back. Okay. And that's a very ironic, because I was just talking about how it's important to take time and not like focus about time, and I just pre-moved for, well, I guess I've been doing that for a long time too. I never actually, like during my blitz and bullet games, I'll actually do those pre-moves, and so far nothing bad happened. So the way I've been learning is like kind of, oh, if nothing bad happens, it's fine. Not really thinking about all the different opportunities that can happen for the other side. So that's my lesson learned. What do I want to do here? I like this knight move. I'm thinking about just one, developing my knights first, if I can. And this move over here, I like it because what happens is the bishop cannot go back. It has to go either there, which I take, or here, which I bring the pawn up. And if it goes there, I bring the other pawn up, and then I attack again. So let's go here. I mean, it could go there too, but then the pawn, and it's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, crap. Actually, it's still a threat, but since the bishop went over here, okay, they just lost their knight. Sorry, their bishop, but I could have actually gotten a rook over there. That was a mistake on my part. Okay, so let's do that. Do I want to triple their pawns? It seems better, but I like my bishop over there. I could attack over here, and if they bring their pawn forward, then I take their knight with my bishop. If they bring the knight out, then I can check and then attack the knight with the bishop after it comes back. I'll do that move. That's actually not bad, in my opinion. And if they bring the rook over here, well, then if the queen moves, I can just attack the knight with my bishop. If they take with the pawn, then the queen will take the rook. So, of course, this has to be gone at that point. What is that idea? Oh, crap. So, I didn't see this, but they're attacking this square and with tempo because my queen is being attacked. And if I just move it out of the way, I lose my rook. So I kind of have to this move. And they're going to come over here. Oh, that's good. Okay. So if they do that, I come back over here. And then they come back again, I just block. That's fine with me. All right, I got to focus a little bit better. Okay, so I can just take this pawn. I'm not worried about the bishop coming back over here. I'll just block it. And am I going back home? Yes, I am. Now, if you look at my position over here, it's bad. Like, look, like my pieces are pretty much not developed at all, and their pieces are like they're already castled. All their pieces besides the rooks are activated. The rook is activated actually, so it's bad. So I got a pawn, but the cost of that pawn was that my position is worse now. So I have to like really catch up if I can. This queen would love to be, attacking this square over here, because that'd be a checkmate, just like last game. But I want to castle, that will defend it. This knight is over here. I want to put my pawn up next, so if they push, I can, I can just take it. But I'm going to probably take the knight next. Interesting, look at that. So they're already trying to attack. I think I'm going to do that pawn move first. And if they take it, if they take my knight over here, I'll just take it with the bishop, and it's totally fine. Yep, let's do that. They might want to attack this square over here, but my knight is here and is protected by this. This pawn cannot push over. So really, I don't see much they can do. I guess they can push. Oh, that's a good move. So now they're trying to remove the defender, and if I castle, queen goes there. Well, they can't go there because my bishop is there. This is going to be dangerous, but I'm going to do it because I think it's possible to defend it. I can always raise this pawn over here, kick the knight, so that's one option. Let's go ahead and, so I'm already kicking the knight by default like this, which is fine with me. Are they going to try to take this pawn? Sure, you can, but there's no square for the follow-up check because they're both defended. And also, I could just block as well. So I'm up a pawn, and even though the position for me was worse a couple moves ago, it's a lot better now. It's not better than their position, but it's better than it was by a lot. I'm castled. I think fairly safe. There's two attackers on this pawn. I got two defenders. They're gonna get kicked off over here. I can always take it if I need to develop my bishop. I have my queen that can move somewhere. I don't know where I should move yet, actually. I wonder if I should push this pawn over here. I guess I can just attack that pawn and force them to deal with it. Or not. Or they can just lose the pawn. So they're trying to think about the attack. They're trying to find a way. They know they have a better positional advantage. Both their rooks are activated. They're wondering like what can be done, and now they're giving up two pawns for an opportunity to attack. I think like if they push this pawn, I can't take with this pawn because the rook is now pinning it. I can't take with that pawn, and bishop takes. I take it with my bishop, and that's totally fine. So I'm gonna just take this, and the threat is the other pawn. If I'm up by 3 pawns, that's a humongous advantage. So right now, I'm having a material advantage, but not really a positional one. And as Bobby Fischer said, tactics emerge from better position. Which that was a good move, by the way. Like that was a great move. They're getting their rook on the 7th rank, which means there's all kinds of attacks that can happen now. But not yet. At least I don't see it. I'm going to keep going. So now I'm still 2 pawns ahead, not 3 pawns, but I have a clear, this is a passed pawn over here now. So I have a clear passed pawn with the rook behind it. That automatically activates this rook. I can bring this rook somewhere. I don't see a really good attack on my king. I have this bishop over here. What am I going to do with that bishop? I guess I have to move it either here. If I do here, they're going to just, it invites the rook to come down, which I don't want. I'll just come back to where I was and attack the knight as well. Because I can always, if I'm really worried about some kind of attack and the knight is still there, I can go ahead and just attack the knight. Oh, that was a good move. I didn't see that either. They took my pawn. So now I'm only 1 pawn up. That's a big difference. What can I do now? Well, I still have a good move. So now I'm attacking the rook to kick him out of the 7th rank. They don't go back there. That's checkmate. Because I can just come back over here. After some blocking of checks, it's checkmate. I think they know that. I think they want to find the square that's not over here, because they're liking their position. So they're down material technically. It's just 1 pawn, but yeah, they were trying to figure out, like, is there anything else we can do? And the answer is no. Now, if we raise this pawn, I don't like this move. If this doesn't feel right, but if I just do this pawn, push it forward, I'm attacking this bishop over here, which is weak. It's only defended by the queen. If they take it, I can take it, or I can attack the queen. And they can't defend this square because the pawns are over here. So these squares are blocked. And then I would attack the queen. Is there any reason to do that, though? I guess the reason is to, like, potentially put my queen on this square. But I don't love it. It seems like there's probably a better move, which is this. I think the better move is just move the rook out, activate my rook. And, I mean, of course, oh, interesting, actually. My pawn over here is under attack because it's attacked twice by the bishop and the queen. So they take this piece. I can't, like, I'll lose a pawn. It'll be equal material. But if I come over here, then I'm threatening, again, checkmate. So it gives me 1 extra piece, one extra tempo to 1 extra turn to figure out what I wanted to do. While also activating my rook and also removing the threat of them taking my, so they see that. Oh, but that just loses their knight. That was a big deal. And that also kind of, like, really hurts their king's position too, because now their king really can't go anywhere. I mean, they could advance. Oh, they could advance. Yeah, they could advance. So, but is that still a checkmate? Is that the thing? Because I can sacrifice my queen. Takes. Now my rook is here. How can they block that? This is a checkmate, right? Whew, nice. That might be a brilliant move, I think. Oh, smart. I'll take the queen in this case. I mean, I guess I have. Do I have to? I mean, I'm up 4 points. That's a huge advantage now. If I take this, then what is anything better? I really can't take the rook. I don't have too much time, so I'm gonna just take it. And I take this over here. They're gonna take my pawn over there. I'll attack this pawn over here with again threatening checkmate. And if they go ahead and attack this pawn, it's checkmate again. Smart. Now, is that still checkmate? Because if I come over here and they go to that square, no, it's not checkmate anymore because they can escape. So let's go ahead and take the pawn. If they take this pawn, I'm taking that pawn. And, you know, trading pieces as well. And then I'll have my second passed pawn attempt to try to push. So I'm trading this. And then I'm taking. And I'm going to have to defend this one. If they go ahead and attack my king, I can just move it up. That's totally fine. And I'll try to put the bishop maybe over here so I can, I'm not sure actually. I think I'll put the bishop there. And then I can push it once at least and keep it safe. If the king ever goes here or here, then I can just do a skewer attack. And we'll attack the rook and the king on those squares. I think this player sees that. So I'm going to come here. They're doing good moves, in my opinion. What about this? Can that be defended? I mean, if the king comes here, for example, then I have a checkmate threat too, so I have to prevent the king from coming to my side. It looks like they're going after the pawn, but that's totally safe right now. I have a minute left. Let's go ahead and play a little bit fast. Go ahead and do this. They can't come here because it's defended. That's once. That's twice. And then I'm going to come here. Let's not pre-move that until... we have enough time. That's fine. Okay, I can just come over here. What are they going to do? That's fine with me. Pre-move the queen. Take it. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to block the king from going anywhere near this area. And then I'll just advance the other pawn. So I'm attacking it. I'm making the queen. Okay. Now, can they go here first? There next. They might go here, which I'll go back to here. And then back to there. Let's do that. It has to go here. And then if I go here, is there a stalemate? No. But I want to actually move this one. There's no stalemate there. They can go to the D1 square. And then we just do that. Sweet. All right, let's review this game. Not a brilliant move again. Alrighty. 1650, still not doing great. Questionable opening, accuracy. Okay. Let's look. What 25 best move? That's not bad for how many moves of the game had. Let's see. Ah, okay. No, never mind. What should I have done instead? Wait, how do I see my best move? Okay, so this is the thing, and then there, and then I show follow up. What? How does that work? I'm not sure how this UI works, but I want to see what the best move is here. Obviously, this is a thumbs up. It's a good move. It's not excellent. It's not a great. It's not a best. So there's a better move than this. The question is, what is it? Maybe this one, but how do I see it? I mean, I'm doing the review. What do I do here? Okay. So C6, knight C6 is excellent. Okay. D6 is best. D6. So that was the best move. So if I'm here, I'm going to go back. I should have done that move, actually. Now, why? So they could attack my pawn, but if they do that with the bishop, then they're leaving this open. And so that was they would not. That's not a threat, really. I mean, what is the real reason? It does open my bishop, though. Maybe my bishop then would pin this, something like that. So if I did this, let's say they castled, for example. Let's just say they castled here. I'm curious because that move came. Okay, let's see that. Let's say that we did this over here. Castle. Okay. Oh, so they don't want to bring the. Okay, they do, but maybe it's not. Let's see. A6 was best. A6. Interesting. All right, let's go back to what it was. Yeah, of course I should have taken it, and then I missed it. Right, that was a terrible miss. And I took the bishop. I should have bishop taking this over here is best because it doubles up pawns maybe, but so does this, right? Oh, I guess I should have tripled the pawns. Oh my god, I did a blunder. What was the blunder? Oh, I guess that was the blunder, which is what they did. They did that move, which is a great move. And they could have just done this move over here. I would have to go back and they would take it. So they made a miss. That was a miss, right? Like they could have easily won. Look at the position they had. That is really bad. Plus 3.25. So luckily for me, they missed it. And that was a mistake because D6 was best. Taking a free pawn was a mistake. With attacking a rook was a mistake. D6 is best. So when I said before, like, that my position over here was like really, really bad compared to this position over here, probably like even with the free pawn, there's an attack that can happen. Let's go see that attack. Oh, that's a brilliant move. Look at that. So I let the sacrifice is lost, right? So the rook is sacrificed for this attack. And I'm not even supposed to take. Let's see what happens if I just take, right? It's over. That's a blunder to do that, right? Holy crap. So now I come over here. With that queen, I come over here. They're gonna... What? The queen is lost. Because there's no escape for the queen. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so luckily they did the mistake. I came back, which is the best one. Then I did this, which was still a mistake, even though... So it's still... Okay, so it makes sense before that... Wait a minute, no, that's the same position. Okay, never mind. Okay, that's a blunder. Why? Why is this a blunder? So, no, there's something wrong here. That's not... This is not a... This is perfectly defended by this bishop, right? So if I do that, what happens? So knight... Oh! So the knight would have to go either here, blocks the bishop, here, blocks the bishop, here, I can take with my bishop to remove the defender, here, it's a free knight, here free knight, here free knight, here free knight, here free knight. So that's oh, I wish I had saw that. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah. That's such an what a idea to make something move which will force a blocking of a defender, which while also discovers attack. Right? And I was saying this move too for a little bit, which is I don't understand why this is... I guess, okay, so the position is still, even though it would be a free piece, let's just see what happens, right? They're gonna move the queen here. Oh my goodness. So that's why this move is considered, because there's an attack over here. They don't even care about this knight. And this is equal position. Wow. So there's two attacks. And they're going to leave both of them open. Oh my goodness. And I don't even want to... Let's see what happens if I do this. Looks like it's a blunder. It's a miss. But also, like, look at that position over here. So it looks like my queen will have to go here. But is that fine? Let's just see what happens. Wow, I'm supposed to take... Let's say I go here. Then over here. And I'm supposed to go... Where can I go? I guess I can go there, right? What's the big deal? Let's see what happens. Oh, then I get a... There's a fork over here. That's what it is. And there's no square for me to defend. All the defense squares are... Okay, that makes sense. So I just lose my rook for free. That's why the position is so bad. All right. I'm going to pause there and play another game. Let's go ahead and do a King's Gambit, hopefully. E5, maybe? Yes, let's do it. All right, so I think this move is a waste of a move, because now it's not a developing move. And, okay, they haven't taken my pawn either, so they haven't accepted the gambit. So I'm not really ahead at all. Oh, now they did. Okay, so I think now there's a chance for me to do a good attack. If I play the moves properly, I think there's a good chance for me to make a really nice attack. Now, I'm going to first bring this pawn up over here with the idea that I can attack this pawn over here while developing my bishop. It's an early move, so unless they come over here, okay, they didn't. Now I have this move, which develops my other bishop. And my goal is to do, like, get all my pieces, maybe not all of them, but enough of them on the board so that before the king can castle, I have an attack. I may do a sacrifice if there's something that shows up, but that's the idea. I want to see if I can find a way to make moves that force my opponent to deal with them, preventing their development, and make the king remain in the center while I attack. This bishop will come over here with the idea that it might sacrifice. There's a potential situation here. I mean, I guess if they take this knight, I could take with the queen, but if I take with the knight, that removes the defender of this e pawn, which then they can take it, which I don't want to allow, so I have to keep that in mind. They're 2 moves away from castle. I need to castle myself. That's going to cost me 1 move. So I need to find a way to force the king to remain where it is. If I sacrifice the bishop, it doesn't really do much because the pieces are rough, like are not terrible. I guess I could pin this knight over here. And after pinning the knight, I can push the pawn. And if they go ahead and, you know, push their pawns, I can sacrifice. No, I can't sacrifice my. Like, I gotta kick this thing. Oh, crap. Look at this. So, okay. So if I do this, they're gonna take my knight, which will take them with my queen. I can still pin. I'll do this move. If I take, I'm taking. So the idea is that the bishop cannot really go back, because if it goes back, it's gonna get trapped by another pawn. So this is the position, right? Like if they go back here, pawn goes there, and there's no other squares. This is the only square to be on. Okay, so they take. And I take with my queen, specifically because it's doing development, and also doesn't use this knight to defend this pawn. And I couldn't do that before. So I want to defend. I want to do that move here, but I was worried that, like, if this takes, then I can't really, like, you know, I can't use this knight to sacrifice. I guess, like, okay, so if I go here and they bring the pawn up, I want to sacrifice. I bring my bishop back over there, and then if they go there with the pawn, I would sacrifice my knight, but I can't right now because it's discovered attack. So let's go ahead and back to where we are. That's why I got rid of that piece over there. I'm going to castle as well, and I hope I can pin. Maybe I should have pinned first. Okay, never mind. I think I got lucky there. So now I'm going to pin, but the problem is I can't sacrifice anything to prevent this pawn storm from coming up. I've completely forgot that the knight is no longer going to be there, which means that I cannot really just force this pin. They're going to have to continue to move the pawns, which is fine. It's going to kind of open up some more possibilities, I think. Like, it's kind of weakening their king pawn, so it still kind of does something for me. It's just not what I thought it would do. And of course, if some of these defenders somehow move, I guess this bishop cannot really move anywhere, then this is still for the taking. It's not really defended that well. I'd have to, I was thinking, what if I move this pawn? If they take, great, I'm back to my original position that I wanted. But if they move it forward, I cannot take it. So I'm not going to do it yet. I have to find a way to defend that square with something. Meanwhile, I'm going to bring my rook over. And the idea is I can maybe push this pawn over here, open up the position a little bit. Because if I can start forcing these squares over here to have some trouble, like by moving this pawn up, taking, what can they do? I guess they can move this pawn forward as well, which I'll move back. And then after I move my pawn forward, it's not great though, because it blocks my bishop. But I can move it here. Okay, let's try it. So equal material. I think position is kind of equal as well. Ooh. So something happened here. He was assuming I could take with this pawn, but I don't want to. I want to leave this open, especially because my rook is already here. So if I take it with that, I'm adding another attacker on this thing over here, and potential discovered attack on the queen. I think now the position is better for me. We'll see after we review. Okay. If I do that, they have to move their knight somewhere. If they go there or there, it's dead. If they go there, it's in a bad square. If they go there, bad square. If they go there, can I just... I can't take it. I can move it forward. It'll open up their rook though, which I don't want to do. I'm going to just take it with the rook. So I guess one advantage I have is that their rook over here is still kind of inactive, and their rook over here isn't really a big part of the game. It's behind this pawn, and this pawn is pinned. So it's only defending the square, which, I mean, it is a square I'm attacking for sure, but I feel like this is a better position. I could now that this rook is over here, I could come over and attack. Oh. Ooh, this is bad. He's attacking this defender of this. So if I move this knight, then the bishop is lost. I could just do that though, right? I mean, if I do that, then this... This is actually... I mean, I could just do that. If they trade, they're probably happy to trade because my attack is kind of lost at that point. If I just defend this piece without considering this piece, and they take a pawn, they're up, actually. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to... Wait. Oh, shoot. I almost lost that. Should I do this? I mean, that's kind of bad. I'll do that. They'll take that pawn, and I'll attack the knight. If they take it, then I got... Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Why? I think it was a good game, but until this point. Now I'm trying to put 3 attackers on this pawn. This knight will start the attack, and if the rook takes, then it's a lost rook at that point. And then I get a discovered attack on the king. Of course, it's not great right now, but the idea is that maybe it could be in the future. Okay, they're attacking my rook. I'm going to move it over here. And then push my pawn. Not really, because I'll push this pawn, actually. I can push this pawn up. If they take it, knight is unprotected. And if they don't take it, I can take it. which doesn't do super much, but I just have a sense that's a good move. It's like weakening the king's position and also weakening the defense of this knight that is being attacked quite a bit. And I mean, I could actually take it with the rook. Okay, so if I move my... Okay, let me just defend this over here. If I move my queen over here, after that move, I'm kind of thinking that then I can attack that pawn over there. They could advance it. Maybe I take it first, you know, in that case. There's some kind of idea there. And if I do that, like this is yeah, so okay. I think there's something there because I could just take it now. But let me just do this first. Oh crap, but if they come over here, then if I take, the rook takes and that defends this piece, which is ruins the plans. I think I will just let it go. Let's go see what happens. I'm gonna try this attack. So first what I'll do is if they take it, well then this is the lost knight. If they don't take it, I'm gonna take it. Then they're gonna take it. Then I'm gonna move my queen over here, maybe over here, so it's not pinned by this. Actually, I'm not gonna. Oh, interesting. They did this on purpose. That's very smart. Okay. If I come here, no, that's pretty bad. Let's do that. Oh, I just lost the knight. Okay, my mistake. Let's come over here. What a mistake. I was trying to be creative, but messed it up. I'm going to play it safe now. That's fine with me. I'm going to push this pawn up. I'll get a rook underneath it eventually when I need to. I don't think there's any attacks. I mean, okay, never mind. There's a potential in the future where this bishop is dark squared and it pins my rook because there's no defense over here, which is fine. It's not the worst situation in the world. I can move my queen and cause a check somewhere. I can also kick this defender and just take that pawn as well, which I think I'll do now. The only square is here, which then I'll just go ahead and take. And that also weakens this, like if they, for example, take, then I have a fork at some point between the king and this rook over here. Maybe after taking something, it probably won't happen, but at least it's a potential threat. Okay, we take it. Pre-move that in case they do it. I will pre-move it. Okay. They're defending this area. I mean, I could do that. Well, I don't want to block that square from it to check. Oh, here's what I'll do. No, I gotta bring my rook over there. What I was thinking is if I sacrifice my pawn, the rook can take, and then I do a fork, but then the pawn's removed, of course, and then the rook can just take my queen, so it doesn't work. Interesting move. Interesting move. They're doing an attack on my rook, and they're also, if I take it, they take my rook with the check. So not a good move for my situation. Oh, and that's a lost rook as well. I'm gonna go back down, which now allows me to take without a threat. This pawn is very important. It blocks the bishop from coming here. So this is the thing that was, dangerous. Like what if this is the defended square? What if this is not, the pawn is not there? Then that bishop could fork my king and queen. So that's something I'm keeping an eye out for. Okay. Well, I'm okay with that actually, because if I take this and they take my queen, I get a queen. That's fine with me. And if they take my rook, I take their rook with check and then take their rook as well. So that was actually fine. Now I can do this check. And I can come here. I don't know what that does yet, but I have not much time, so I'm trying to do something that I think is not terrible, and yet is somewhat of a threat. It's not really a threat right now, but it looks like one, so that they require time to think about it, and then I can potentially like simplify the position a little bit. If I do rook to d8, then I lose both my rook and pawn. But wait, yeah, takes, yeah, and then I have one rook, and I lose a rook and a pawn. Doesn't seem the best. Oh, what I can do, I can take this rook and then bring my rook over there. I get a rook or a queen. Let's do that. So there was a threat. I just didn't see it at the time. So they can't take my pawn because it's pinned. The rook pins it against the queen, the king. If they take my rook, then I take and get a queen. If they don't, I traded my queen for 2 rooks, which is also fine because I have 2 rooks left. And also a queen coming real shortly. So I think this is now completely winning. I guess it was before too, but now it's finally like over. Okay. Let's review this real quick. Using the analysis, explore. So I remember my position was pretty bad at one point. Actually, no. This is okay. I thought I had so I thought it was good. That was the previous game, but this game I was attacking, and I felt like my position was pretty good, and it looks like it's okay. Plus 1.5 almost, right? I think I made some moves that lose this advantage. 1.3, 1.4. It's still calculating. Let's go ahead and let's see the castle. I castle 2. And yeah, it looks like I lost some stuff by castling. Is there a better move for me? I guess I could have pinned. No? That doesn't seem like the move. What about that? Nope, that doesn't seem like the move. What about Queenside Castle? Yeah. Okay. So the Queenside Castle kind of retained this position over here and potentially increased it. And I think that makes sense, actually. I should have done that, so I can just push all these pawns without worrying about my king's safety at all. And there's no time, really, for them to push that attack after, because my pawns are already in their face. So if I go ahead and first pin... Okay, what move do they have to make? Let's say, like, they developed a knight. Yeah, then they're losing a move, which is actually worse for them. Let's say I do that. Oh, never mind. That's not it. What if I were to do a pin? No. There's a good move here for me, because like if this thing is bouncing around like that, that means I have an opportunity now. If I don't make the move, it's lost. Or if they don't see it, whatever the situation is, they'll come back. But the question is, what is the move now? It cannot be like a sacrifice, right? There's no way. What if it's like doubling up the rooks? No. I'm going to just see this. I don't think this is it, but let's see. Nope. Okay. What could the move be? Is it? I thought it was not pinning. It's not pinning. Okay. Is it this move? No. Is it that move? No. It's not this. No. Is it that? No. Okay. So there's a move that I'm just completely missing over here. What could it be? I thought I saw this. No. So. Is it? No. What is my advantage here? Like, what is the idea? I mean, the king. Okay. So I tried pushing each of these pawns. It's going to be either this pawn, right? Or that pawn, but both of those look like they're not exactly helping the position at all. What about moving my queen somewhere? I mean, there's only really one way that attacks. I mean, I don't do this because then they just fork my king and my queen and bishop. No. Wow. What is the thing? $1.65. There's a big idea here. I'm not seeing it. Well, I'm going to try something like this. Like, what if I just did this move? And then they do that move. Does it come back? It does come back. Right? So there is some idea that if it's a miss. Like if I do the wrong move, it's a miss. There's some opportunity here. But it still exists even after that kind of move, right? So what if let's see like by process of elimination, what can it be, right? Let's say they, for example, move their rook over here. That's not helping them. What if they do that? That's that's hurting them more. What if they do this? That move. And then here. Oh. That's terrible. And then here. Okay. So it looks like like this is completely changing the position, right? So maybe it's a push on that side. So let's go back here. Oh, actually, let's go like this. So this is the situation. And I go now here. No. I think I tried this already a few times. Oh, it's still good, but not the thing. What about that move? Oh. So that does maintain the position advantage. Somewhat. I mean, I guess it's roughly the same. Now maybe this. I have to move the black moves. Let's just, for example, do something silly over here. Now what's the move? Is that it? No. No. Is this it? I think it's not the move there I was thinking of. What about this? No. What about this? No. What about getting the rook over? Well, yeah, actually. That's good. And let's just figure like just oh my god. Okay, now there's a huge. Is that it now? Yeah. Okay. So I think maybe maybe it was attacking this. Of course, black can play better moves than just this. I'm just trying to understand. Like, it looks like I need to attack the weak knight over here, defended by the bishop. So if I go back over here, now that we understand the idea. Oh, I want to castle queen side, and then they come over here, and then I'm going to come over here, and then let's say like, what's a good move for them to defend this? They want to get they want to protect this knight. What can they do? Let's say they start an attack over here. I mean, a counterattack. Maybe it's, I guess it's not good at all. But now I come with the rook. And there's some move they can do to kind of like defend this though. Somewhat. Maybe like king like that? Nope. Maybe they can, maybe they just move the knight. That's also bad. Probably because this. No? Because this. That just loses the bishop, never mind. What about this? It's not terrible. Here we go. Here we go. Let's say here. Oh, that's terrible. Not really though, because there's two attackers and two defenders, three actually. So I'll be lost there. What can I do? I could pin that. That's good. I wonder if this is just like there's a really strong attack over here, or it's like, oh, there's actually such a strong positional advantage that it will be taken advantage of slowly. But let's say like this over here. Okay, let's say I do that. Yeah. Takes, and now it's lost. How can they? This is, and you can't really defend that. So let's checkmate. Okay, let's do one last game. Oh, pre-move, Scandinavian. I was just learning about this today. Good. I'm going to bring my knights out. Bring this pawn. Defend this over here. Now, what's the idea of that? Let me go ahead and gain a tempo by kind of like letting this pawn go. I think I'll take with my queen. Oh, he didn't even allow that either. That's interesting. No. What if I just push this? I like that the most. What I'm trying to do is like gain my position while preventing him from doing more developing moves. Like if I respond to that attack by defending or like or neutralizing it, without causing them to take a move to deal with it, then I don't really gain anything. So my goal here is like, okay, what can I do to take this advantage, keep this advantage? Oh, look at that. So I can move this bishop over here. They cannot block with the knight. It's blocked with this pawn. But they can do that. Well, okay, so there's definitely something here. Let me try to see what is the best situation. Like if I want this bishop to go away. If they take it, I gotta take it with my bishop, and I lose that attack threat. There's nothing really threatening here for me on this. Like if they want to take it with the knight, sure. I have two defenders there. It's fine. Let me go ahead and try to attack this guy. And that also develops my bishop. And if he ignores it, I'm going to take it. But if he castles first, then I'm kind of maybe not the best situation. I mean, oh, good. So then I'm taking it. And now if I come over here, they cannot, like if they block with one piece, I'll take it, and then they lose the right to castle. Okay. Now if I attack this knight with my pawn, it kind of has to go here. Because if it goes here, the pawn takes. If it goes here, the pawn takes. If it goes here, I just take it with check. So it goes into a bad square. But it does kind of open up the queen a little bit. So I can do that later. I don't think I have to do that right now. I want to also move this pawn forward to open up the file, but the bishop will develop, so I don't want to do it now. Can I like force this other bishop to go somewhere? I mean, I don't really want to do that either, because it's kind of inviting the square here, which then after taking, the king will go up and allow the rook to come into the game. So I don't want to do that either. What do I have? I guess I can attack this pawn somehow. I guess there's not really a somehow. I don't see any. If I move this knight over here, for example, then my bishop is... Okay, what if I just do this? That's fine with me. If they move this forward, okay, then I'll move. But you know, I guess it did waste the move for me. Never mind. But the one thing I like about it is that it kind of takes away some squares from the queen, and maybe I can do some kind of trapping things over there. Like, there's not many squares this queen can go on. I mean, there's only two safe squares right now, these two. If I put a knight somehow here, that would be great. But then I'll have to attack it as well. So let's go ahead and unpin my knight. Oh, so now if I push a pawn, they take it. I cannot take it back because this pawn is pinned. Let's instead... Oh, that's a really good move. They open up their rook very easily. I didn't even see that. Let's go ahead and attack. And if they take, I'll take it with my queen. That's fine. And then I can open up my rook, put it on a square, like maybe D1. Somehow push this pawn, finding a way to deal with this extra defender. Ooh, interesting. They don't care. Interesting. Do I take it and then let them take with the pawn and then come back? I mean, that kind of like puts a... that kind of like allows the pawn to come here with a nice chain over here. Like, this is an isolated pawn. It should be easy to kill. I don't want to do that. That's a bad idea. So what can I do? I'm going to bring my queen up a little bit and bring my rook underneath it. I still like that the king moved, right? That means it cannot castle. That means they have to do 2 moves to kind of do the effective 1 move, which is get the I mean, at least two moves, right? But to get the rook activated, it's got to do 2 moves. So right now the rook is kind of trapped. I mean, you know, it's not being utilized. So effectively, if I can get my rooks in the game, then I'm up material positionally. Okay, I have a discovered attack over here. It doesn't do much. Let's do that. A check. If they bring the pawn up, I can do a en passant. Let's do the en passant. I want to get rid of this pawn the whole time. That scared me for a second. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that what if I was pinned, my queen was pinned, but no, it's fine. Is there anything is there any reason I shouldn't take this pawn over here? There's an attack there, but that's fine. I like this. Okay, I feel like now the advantage has been converted to something materially. So the positional advantage now is material advantage, but my position is still good, and there's no real like immediate threat on my king right now. There are, of course, potentials. You know, the file is open with the rook. They can double up rooks. The rooks are connected, but the king is very vulnerable right now, and the queen is kind of trapped, and the other rook is still not activated, right? But neither is mine. But I'm already threatening stuff. Like I can take this pawn. Let's think a little bit about what opportunities I have. If they don't take the pawn, okay, never mind. They can take the pawn. So I get the other pawn. The weak H pawn is free now. What else can I do? Then I can attack the F pawn. So that's good. They can bring the rook on the H file, but I only really need to move this bishop because this is defended over here, and they can't really attack because if they come here, I can take it. So yeah, let's take this. And then my other threat is attacking this F pawn, forking the rook and the bishop. They can come over here. It's probably bad. So I'm taking the material, but I got to run away safely. So maybe back to some safe square. I'm not sure which one yet. 4 minutes on the clock. So my highest account has a rapid rating of 2020. I played quite a lot of rapid games. I mean like a few hundred games in the last maybe month or so, and I don't know. It kind of feels weird to me, like playing like in the 1200 to 1400 range is like sometimes really hard compared to like 1800, 1900, 2000. I don't know why. But like this is tough for me to figure out. I don't really know. But sometimes like the other like this, I don't. We'll get to that when we get there. But this is definitely a tough game for me. Okay, so they're already putting that rook over there. It's already pretty good. I'm gonna get my rook into the game because there's no real threat right now. I need to do that anyway. Their queen is kind of still, you know, not able to play in the game. I might do a rook sacrifice. Just because the king is so exposed, and if I get my other rook in the game, maybe there'll be some good things for me. For example, if this bishop is not here, I can come over here and put some checks. I don't know what that does for me though. Or maybe I take this bishop out, do an attack over here, but that doesn't do much. It just feels like their pieces are not all doing the right things. My pieces, I think they could be doing the right things sooner. Okay, they're attacking this. Let's go ahead and I'm going to just put it here. They can't take my knight, of course. And this is safe square. Let's do that. Because this pawn over here, like, you know, what if I get a check there and then I can attack that pawn? That's really nice. I can also move this knight over here. They might even take it with the bishop, which would be great for me. I'll be happy about that. Or I can take this other bishop. Where can they move this bishop? They really can't move it. Like, okay, if they move it here, I take it, right? If they move it anywhere else. What was that? What was there? A pawn. Okay. If they move it anywhere else, then I can just check. So that's good for me. Shoot. I gotta. Oh no. They can attack this. Oh no. And now they can discover attacking my queen. I lost the game. Oh my goodness. So I gotta do that. I gotta do that. I think they had a better move there too. Oh no. This is a disaster. Oh no. I can't even do anything, right? Let's do that. I'm gonna come here. Down by 7 points. Oof. This is the first time I really am losing. I mean, I got checkmated in the other game real quick, but that was just a mistake. This is like I got outplayed. Oh, I'm gonna get pinned over here too. Oh my god, this is terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna just resign. Good game. Rematch. Let's do it. Okay, let's do that. So I gotta review that game eventually when I have the review. I think I'm gonna do a free trial of. Maybe I'll just keep the diamond status so I can just review these games a lot easier. But yeah, I gotta see what I did wrong there and learn from that. I just blundered like that one move over there, and then everything was lost. Okay, so this was the right move from before. Which opens up my bishop. I might pin it, force the king to defend that area with the pawn. I can bring this over. I like that. That's fine. Go ahead. Oh, crap. That does open up this area over here. I mean, I'm blocking. Look at that. I gotta focus a little bit better. So I could just castle, which I should, but I could also just come over here, attack the bishop. Is there any reason for me to do that? Does it open me up for some problems? It probably can. If they come over here, I take it. If they move it out, like this is kind of like a. Let me just cancel. I've already moved that piece. I'm not gonna waste too much time in development. If they take my rook for 2 pieces, that's fine with me. Oh no, that was good. Oh no. I'm already losing badly. So this is pinned over here. This bishop pin, I totally missed that. I think I should have played that move. Okay. I really just, now I can trap this. Or at least take it, I'll put it that way. Oh, I should have just played the bishop over there to force let me do that first. So I should do this over here. Now this bishop is developed, and it forces I gain a tempo here, right? And then I can do something else. For example, this. Now I'm threatening a fork here. I'm also doing a check over here if I need to, because I got this defense. Although they can bring the queen over here and potentially do a checkmate, which they did. But I mean, this is still defended, but they can have a rook over there. And so, whew, I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. If I move this knight, I also lose this. Damn it. If I come back here, I cannot go there. That's a checkmate if they do that. If they get that goal, that's a checkmate. So I think I have to kind of do this. And if they push the pawn, I have to just take it. Which is not bad for me. I think it's okay. I still got a lot of... The problem, though, is that I'm being attacked and I'm being reactive, right? I'm not, like, thinking about it ahead of time, which makes me waste some time, number one. And number two, like, I'm playing defensive moves right now. That's not an attacking move. That's a defensive move. So right now, the tempo, like, the initiative is with white. And if you've seen the series in the beginning, like, this is the first... Like, this person I played is the first time this happened. Besides my checkmate where I lost to the Scholar's Mate by pre-moving the King's Indian defense. So I have the fork over here, which forks the king and the bishop. It's defended, of course. It's not going to be free, but it is going to slow the attack and get this rook out of my face. It's going to be forced defended unless they move this knight, which they're not doing that. So I will do that. Let me just think first. I mean, I could just take this pawn and great, I'm up a pawn, but again, I'm right now being attacked pretty heavily. Oh gosh, they can come like that, right? That's a terrible situation for me. What do I do in that situation? Yeah, I think I will do that move because that will get the rook out of my face and that'll get some extra time. And then, yes, I can bring this knight over here. And that knight over there, he's not even doing that. What can I do? So, if I just take this, then I lose my knight. But if I go here, well, there's 3 attackers on this pawn, and I'm gonna lose something, and then I'm dead anyway. Oh my god, this is a vicious attack. Whew. I need to find a way to prevent them from taking my knight. I guess I can lose this. That's okay. I can lose this piece and then take it. Oh, that's good. Yeah, okay. So I'm fine. I'm okay now. And then if I do that, I come here. They're still going to attack this, but there's no way to remove that defender. At least not right now. And also I can fork the rook. Yeah, I'm okay now, I think. Come over here. And then I can come check, fork the king and knight. They probably will do some kind of attack over here. I mean, like, so they're gonna sacrifice. I mean, not sacrifice. The bishop will come over here. Oh yeah, actually it will be. No, because this is defended, right? So I will just move in that case. Then they might try to fork my king and queen. I mean, I'll probably move there, so they can't do that. But they still will. This pawn is dead, for sure. The question is, what do I do? I think I just go king over there. Oh, but they're going to do that first. So I have to take this, because if I don't, I have a discovered attack on my king, and they can do something that's going to be more detrimental, and I'm going to get my rook back in a second. Should I just do it now? Yeah, I can do it now. I can do it now. Well, not really, because, well, if they take with their queen, I can just take back and still check. I'm going to try this. It might be a bad idea, but let's see. If I come over here and check, then the rook is gone, right? And if the rook is gone, there's no real threat here. Okay. I can't take the rook though. That's the thing. I can't take the rook. I gotta move. Sorry, I'm gonna kill this. But then that loses the opportunity. So if I'm now, oh man, I must have been playing really badly. So if I take this, they're gonna bring the rook down for another discovered attack opportunity, which removes the threat for the fork. But I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And then I come here. They have to bring the rook down. If they don't bring the rook down, then I'm gonna fork eventually. They can move their rook, of course, but I like those two knights over there around the king, and there's going to be some ways for me to fight back at some point. Okay, they moved the rook. I'm going here. Then they can attack there, but that's fine. We'll let that happen. So they're up 2 points, up almost 3 points. I mean, soon to be 3 points. What did they do? They should have taken this. Okay. If I come here, that protects my pawn, opens up my queen for attack, which is fine. I'll trade the queens now. I'm down a rook for a piece, for a bishop. Of course, he's got to move the queen. If he doesn't move the queen, he loses the queen. And then I still have some checks over here in case they become convenient for me. Oh gosh, I didn't see that. Let's go here. Check the king. Let's first. Oh, that's also under attack. My goodness, I'm in a terrible position right now. Let's attack their pawn over there. They can just attack me as well. It's not great. Let's now come over here. I'm going to bring this piece over there. bring my bishop up, but I gotta clear this over here. They're gonna take this pawn over there. I'm gonna see if I can do something on this king. Maybe I'll move my king up a little bit. Try to go over here, and then use that king as a defender for this knight, and then maybe do something else. Well, they're going there. They're trying to check me. I'm gonna immediately do what I want anyway. I mean, there's no need to do that. They could have just taken the pawn. Do I want to go here and then there? Yes. So I'm going to lose based on if I give them too much moves. So I need to like find a way to get all my pieces attacking there and like blocking the attack. And what can I do? I can come over here. Not really, because this knight over here blocks that problem. Ah, boy. Let's go here. Hopefully I can pin the knight. I need to get this out of the way. Oh crap. They're gonna just they're gonna just sacrifice their rook for 2 knights, which is great. My goodness, I lost again. Oh, that's so sad. I'm gonna ask for another rematch. Let's do it. Okay. So Scandinavian. Let's see. This is the same thing that we're playing before, and I did it badly. Let's now focus on my instinct. I'm gonna just go for it and see what happens. Because usually I play like this, and I don't talk too much. Let's go ahead and do that. No, it's not good. Let's do that. Let's do that. Now I block the castle. That's what I want, and I develop my bishop. Good. Okay. I like this so far. Interesting. Trying to develop their bishop. I come over here, block their idea. So they want, I think, me to push their knight out. They're asking for it. So I'm going to just do this. Develop my queen. So my bishop is there. Okay. I think I'm okay now. What I'm doing is I'm going to kick this. I'm going to kill this knight. It's going to probably take out the queen. And then I got a free pawn. If they take this in between move, then I don't get the pawn. If I first take with the knight, then I lose my bishop, and then well, I think the first thing is for me to do that. Or this. If I do this, yeah, because if I do this, queen takes, and then I do that. If they do this, I can, no, never mind. I'm going to do this. I'm going to play safe. Actually, my bishop is not even blocking a castle. Maybe this? I think it is actually, yeah. But if it castles now, there's no discovered attack. Because the king would be here, and moving this knight would attack the empty space. So they took my knight, attacking my queen. I'm going to take it. They're going to take it. I'm going to actually attack this as a result. So they might take it first. Which if I go here, then I prevent the castle. Still. I mean, not still. Again. Okay. If they come take my pawn, I'll take their pawn. But they just get my pawn for free. There has to be some kind of advantage here for me, like given the fact that he just wasted a move taking a pawn. Maybe I activate my rook. This one. No. Well, I can't trade queens because I'm down material, so I have to materialize this attack. If I move this rook over here, I can attack the pawn, but I leave this risky, like it's open. Oh, I can discover attack here, open up the position. I like that. Yes. Let's do that move. So which pawn do I take after that? I think I take this pawn. Let's see. If I take that pawn, they just take it. If I take this pawn, it's an island pawn. Let's do that. And then I can do a discovered attack on here and get my attack going with the queen. There'll be an attack on my... I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Or I can just... Can I just... I could activate my rook first. And then try it. Because I don't have to then sacrifice. I can just discover attack over here. I still probably shouldn't discover attack, but doing that after a rook move, I think is better. Because it gives me more time. Like if he doesn't see this coming, then it gives me more time. Okay, he didn't see it coming. So let's now do it. This pawn is now weak. I can attack it. Okay. And now we come here. We bring the other rook in. So this other rook is now in. Which rook do I use? I guess I have to use this rook, right? And of course I don't want to trade queens. I was thinking, like, is there something I can do to force the queen to be unprotected and also advance my rooks? Yes, I can. The queen's gotta move, the king has gotta move over here, and then I can just move my rook up. There's no real attack on me, at least that I know of. And now I can attack over here. But this is the kind of chess that I was looking to learn how to do, right? Like, I was like, okay, I recognize that there was a position, like he took a pawn, and there's a cost for taking a pawn. I do it all the time. I lose from those positions, right? So I've seen that before. The question is, like, what do we do? How do we do it? And this is a good move. That's a good move. I don't have a check anymore. And I gotta defend. Let's go here. Now, so I'm down a piece, right? I need to like either checkmate or gain material here. So right now I'm threatening material on the pawn. And like, of course, the king is like in a dangerous situation. But if I take away pawns, that removes squares. Okay, now he's attacking me again. Crap. Right? Crap. I guess I got to do this, right? Like, was there a better move? I think there. I don't think there is. So I'm going to do this. If they bring the rook up, what do I do? I can check. That's a good move. Weakening this pawn. So I need initiative here. I need to do something that will force, like if I just take a pawn, I'm kind of like screwed at that point. So I could come over here. He'll check me. I'll come out of there. And then there'd probably be some more checks. But I'm hoping I can deal with it. Like, for example, after this check, he can't, there's no more checks after that. It's a one check. So let me come here. He'll take my piece. But then after that, he'll have to go here. I don't know. It's really bad, actually. Oh, I'll do this, actually. I'll do this, because if they take my pawn, I get the bishop and it's checkmate. It's totally fine. Yeah, I'll do that. That'll give me even a stronger defense on this attack. Okay, good. That's good. If I move my rook up, I have this check over there, and now it's still good. It's still fine. Because this rook is blocking this square over here. What if I bring my rook and attack this, the queen? It will come for a check, and after this, there's no more checks that I can see. Oof, it saw that. What if I think I have to protect this pawn further? I mean, right now there's not a real threat of that. I think I just take this pawn over here. So then I can check if I need to. Or take the other pawn, or eventually this pawn. But I cannot bring my rook on the 8th or 6th rank anymore. Oh gosh. Well, I could do this, right? They're gonna bring the queen down. I'll move the king up. This is now defended, which is unfortunate. Okay. Oh, but they can check with that. Crap, I didn't think about that. And that brings more pieces into the game. I mean, what can I do, really? That's fine, right? That's fine. Let's do it. I can check over here. And after the king moves, it's on this dark square. It's kind of unfortunate because this check is coming. What can I do to prevent it? Or how do I escape? Well, I could do that, right? I gotta take my pawn, but then the pawn will be... Oh, this is really bad. I think it's lost again. What if I just take... I can take and gain some more time, but I don't really have an attack. Let's see if I do this check first. I don't think it does anything. The king goes here. If I... That doesn't do anything. But maybe I can escape some of these checks and get a check over there. It's probably not going to happen because they're going to take this pawn. They might take that pawn. It's not going to really work, but I got to try it. Well, if they take that pawn, I take the bishop back, and that's okay. I mean, of course, there's a real big threat about this happening with the queen, the new queen. But there's a chance. Yeah, I really want to evaluate this game. I think tomorrow I'll spend some time evaluating these 3 games against this player. So they come over here, check. I can block, which doesn't do much because I have no real threat anymore. I can come up, back. Ooh, but that's really bad, right? Like if I come up and they check again, I'll come up for now. If they come up over here, if they just take this, I'll take the bishop, right? I could just attack the queen, and they really cannot check me anymore. But then they take the pawn, but then but probably with the rook. Oh, that's smart. But look at this. What do they do against this? So if I come over here, the king has to go there. I come back over there. I'm going to try it. Because the king has to go there. After I check over here, so I could, number one, I could just take this bishop, right? And does it do it? Like, then there's just a queen coming. So let me try this. And then this. Is it possible to make this a draw? No. Because this bishop can just go back. Well, I tried. That's so bad. Oh, what about this? I don't think it's anything. Which is, if I had like one more move, right? One more move to take the bishop first and then do the attack, for example, or in many other places. then it would be fine, right? But the problem is like I was a move behind, even though I'm white, right? So like that's the thing. There obviously was some mistakes that caused me to miss my advantage. I mean, as white, there's nothing here. Good game. Okay, that's it for now.